Welcome to Dwarven Forge. This is everything you need to know about our terrain in 60 seconds. Ready? Let's go. We hand sculpt our pieces for maximum detail and artistry, infusing passion into every millimeter of our work. Everything is available beautifully hand painted so you can start playing right away. Or you can choose unpainted to paint everything yourself. Our pieces are completely modular, so you can use the same sets to create a new adventure every time. Most pieces have embedded anchor magnets that affix to our terrain trays for secure building, and for revealing rooms as your players discover them. We create everything out of Dwarvenite, our top secret PvC formula that's nearly indestructible. We pack our pieces with as many features as possible, such as swappable LEDs to quickly change the look of your scene. We offer magnetic accessories to add flavor or increase the danger. A 1-inch tactical grid is sculpted into our floors, hidden in dungeon flagstones, natural rocks, or sticks and plants. In addition to sculpted pieces, we make terrain trays to use as a vibrant graphic base for your build. We offer a range of environments, including dungeons, caverns, cities, castles, sewers, forests, mountains, streets, burrows, ice, and hellscape. And that's just the beginning. We have a passionate fan base who can tell you all about it. And that's everything you need to know about Dwarven Forge in 60 seconds.
The games we play are the stories we create.
The fortress doors swing open.
Every story is unique.
And the sound of war drums rises.
Sometimes our stories come to us when we least expect them. We need to be ready no matter where inspiration strikes. And sometimes our stories are told over great distances. No matter where your journey leads you or how your story is told. The games we play are the stories we create. Sirenscape can help make yours epic.
Sirenscape is searchable, fast, and customizable from any device with no need to pre-install any sound. Adding epic atmosphere to your game has never been easier.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Into the Mist. It is our Curse of Strahd campaign. We'll go through a couple quick announcements because we've got a lot of action to get into. First of all, I want to thank Dungeons & Dragons for this incredible game that they've created that we love and we enjoy week in and week out. I want to thank our first main title sponsor, Hero Forge. They create an amazing online tool for creating miniatures. I've created some tonight. You can't see what it is, but I'm just going to hold it up like this because it's very small. But very excited. They are incredible. Last night I thought, you know what, I really need some things for today's session. I built them in Hero Forge, printed them overnight, painted them today, and they're going to be on the table. So you can check them out at www.heroforge.com, and you can create avatars and miniatures and all that awesome stuff. So check them out. I want to also thank Beetle and Grimm's, our other main title sponsor. They create amazing premium box sets for your D&D and tabletop experiences. We use a lot of their stuff here. I have Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, which I haven't unboxed yet, but I will do that soon. It is an incredible box. Lots of amazing things inside. You can check them out at beetleandgrims.com. And then finally, of course, Sirenscape. It is an online sound and mood player for your tabletop experiences to add all kinds of sound effects and mood to your games. It's awesome. Check it out at www.sirenscape.com/RealmSmith. That lets them know that we sent you, and we also have a lot of stuff that we've created for them. So if you search for RealmSmith, you'll be able to see stuff not only for Into the Mist, but some other things that we've created as well in the Sirenscape realm. I want to also thank our product sponsors as usual. WizKids for a lot of the miniatures at the table, Dwarven Forge for a lot of the terrain. Mithril Armory is, as usual, sponsoring our Natural 20 animation. Anytime that somebody rolls a Natural 20, this animation will appear. They have an amazing Kickstarter they just finished up, and they've got lots of things in the future, so look out for them. and D&D Beyond. Of course, we are powered by them for all of our encounters and for all of our character sheets. We use their technology, and it is incredible. Big announcement. We had a similar announcement last week, but another big announcement tonight is that I am the new DM for D3 at Sea. That is a Dungeons & Dragons tabletop cruise that is happening in March. I am very excited to be a part of it. It is crazy to think that I will be on a cruise ship playing and D&D and running games. Omega announced that he will also be a DM last week. And we have a bunch of other amazing, talented DMs that will be running games. We also have some cast members who have already paid deposits and have committed to coming. So there's a very good chance that we will be doing a live Into the Mist one-shot at some point at the event during the cruise on the ship. And so come join us. Make it fast because things are filling up very, very quickly. As the world starts to open up, everybody wants to go out and enjoy the vacation life. So check that out. Again, d3atsea.com, and you can join us. As well, if you're interested in our Discord, it is an incredible community, not only for people who are just looking for a general tabletop and role-playing Dungeons & Dragons talk, but also if you'd like to jump in and play a Vistani in our world, you can do so by becoming a patron. If you go to patreon.com/RealmSmith, you can choose what tier that you want to be at, and then you create a character for that tier, and you can craft and search, and we have some amazing, incredible things that we have coming up functionality-wise. We have our technomancers working incredibly hard. They love us, we love them, and they've done incredible things. I swear it's magic. And we're going to announce a new one this coming week, I believe. But I am releasing the latest guide to the Vistani tomorrow. It is done and ready to go, and you guys will have that in your hands ASAP. So you can check that out again at patreon.com/RealmSmith. I want to thank our Smithgardians. They are the creators of a lot of our lore, and they manage the Discord, and they do incredible work, as well as our Realm Watchers, who are our moderators within our Discord community. We do have merch. You can check that out. That is one great way to support the channel. The link to the store is below the video. This Thursday is Aftermath. That is our semi-spoilerific look at this episode as well as everything else RealmSmith. The community can ask us questions, and it is hosted by Hillary Z, one of our awesome Smithgardians. If you like what you see tonight, please consider subscribing and sharing and follow us on Twitch. Without further ado, let us venture into the mists.
Today.
Hello, everyone. This week, we first of all we want to congratulate Adam Ames for on his nuptials. He actually got married this past weekend.
Yay.
Congratulations, Adam. So he is out and somewhere enjoying married life for the next 2 weeks, this week and next week. Joining us, though, is Lauren Urban. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so very, very excited to have you. We've wanted to have you on for so long. And I'm so glad that you are a part of it. And I know you're a longtime watcher and enjoyer of our series. So it's just really, really great to have you aboard. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here and not at all nervous. Nope.
Oh, you're a pro. You don't need to be nervous.
Too late.
All right. Last time we left the party, lots happened, actually. It was a very, very, very busy episode. You started off with Falfur and Muskoka Falfur more than Muskoka, making a deal with Morgantha, the night hag who has been haunting your nightmares for the last while. You thought everything was fine. You thought maybe there was no small print within that contract. Then realizing very, very quickly, once you came back to your body, out of your ethereal form, that you had changed, that you had been transformed into a hexblood, which occurs after making a deal with a hag. The party then found you in that form. Lots of conversation happened. You all headed back to Argynvostolt to kind of lick your wounds and take care of a bunch of different things. You spent the equivalent of 5 days there. You built a stable in the meantime. Some of you ventured out into Barovia to do a variety of different tasks, but you enjoyed some much needed downtime. At the end of the 5th day, as you were all kind of settling in for the evening, you heard a knock at the door, and a messenger dropped off a letter, an urgent letter from Vallaki, written by Urwin Mardukov himself, stating that he needs your help and that he would like you, as soon as you can, to come to Vallaki if that is possible to see him. Of course, Urwin, as you know, being the owner of the Blue Water Inn in Vallaki, who you know quite well. You all find yourselves in front of the door, letter in hand. Obviously, the evening is setting upon you. What do you do?
Should, I mean, I remember we probably shouldn't, travel at night, but if it's urgent, I mean, we can.
I think if this sounds pretty urgent, I think it would probably be best to head out, no?
Yes.
Yeah?
Someone needs our help. I agree.
I just feel like, okay, fine, let's go.
Nope, we are going to talk about stuff. What's on your mind, Falfur?
Well, I mean, it's just like, it's been a nice downtime for us to get back to the place. We've done quite a lot of work here, and it feels like, when you just want to be home and not adventure so much. I don't know, that's how I feel right now, but we can go, I guess. That's fine.
I don't disagree. I am always wanting to help people, but I do feel like we, at least from what I've seen, tend to help the first person we see, which, I don't know, could be a problem. But, I mean, we've been kind of low. What? Hold on. They told me this in the Feywild once. Low key. We've been pretty low key here, and kind of feel like I'm itching to not sit here anymore.
I agree. I don't think we should get comfortable just because we have a actual house to stay in.
If they were willing to send us a messenger late at night, then it must be important. Right, Ezmerelda?
Yeah, see, he gets it. You're learning, you're picking up something, you're like, okay.
Fine, okay, fine.
Okay.
Let's go. Fine, let's go. Let's do it. I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready.
Oh, okay. I mean, make sure you grab your stuff first. You don't want to walk out naked again.
That was different. It was that was a cultural event. So,
as someone who knows hags very well, I don't think that's cultural at all.
yes, but do you know halflings? I can tell you, quite cultural.
I will choose to believe you.
Good.
All right. You gather your things. Are you setting out on foot? You only have 4 horses. You could take a wagon if you like. It will cut your travel in half, but you know that it's only about just over an hour to Vallaki.
We can take a horse. I don't think we need the wagon.
Yeah, let's walk. An hour walk is nothing.
Okay.
But it is nighttime in Barovia as well.
Yeah.
It's true.
Perhaps going as quick as we can would be the best option.
An hour's walk in the dark is something.
But we can
Hey.
split the difference. We can take a horse. I guess don't think we need a wagon. That would be very loud and probably draw things over to us. Right? I'm probably wrong. I'm just going to stop
No,
talking.
I think it makes sense. We could fit on. Well, how many horses do we have?
We have 4, but I could share with Ezmerelda or Falfer.
Look, we could like toss a coin or whatever. But I think we should leave belongings here and just get there as fast as we can. So I agree with Noggins.
Okay. Fine. I will go with Trevas. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
I think he wanted to go with...
No, it's okay. Whoever is okay. Falfer is okay.
Sorry, so are you guys taking one or 2 wagons?
We're going to take just the horses.
No wagons.
Just the horses.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 horses, 5 valiant people.
Got it.
Yeah, I guess 4 horses, yeah.
Okay. You head out. I'm assuming you gather all your things. You said you were going to leave. Sorry. You said you were going to leave.
Whoa!
Sirenscape sometimes. You said you were going to leave your belongings here. What exactly are you taking? Are you taking your packs with all of your gear in it?
Yeah, I think we have like our gear and stuff, but not like, a F-ton of gold or unnecessary stuff.
Yeah, my bedroll.
Yeah.
I probably don't need like my bedroll.
Our adventuring packs.
Okay, so you're taking your packs with you. All right.
Yeah.
You set them on the road. You travel for about an hour on your horses. The night is cold, colder than you've remembered in a little while, and quite unsettling, even more so than typically in Barovia. As you approach Vallaki, the old Svalak road meanders into a valley washed over by dark brooding mountains in the north and south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against this wall as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground are stakes on either side of the road, and you remember seeing these pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them. At this point, they're basically just skulls, as it has been some time since you've been here. What do you do?
Guess we approach the gate. Is the messenger with us?
No, the messenger took off quite quickly.
He's dead.
All right. Then I'll approach the gate and knock, I guess.
What is happening tonight?
Announce. Sorry?
I said, what is happening tonight?
I don't know. Okay. I will I will, I guess, announce our presence if nobody takes any.
Yep. Okay.
He's following, yeah. So
As you announce your presence, one of the guards says, "Who goes there?" And he kind of steps through, and you can see he holds a lantern up through the gates to see the party as you approach.
Sterling. These are my companions, Ezmerelda, Travas, Noggins, and Falfa. We have been told you need help.
As Sterling says my name, I'll put my hood over my horns and move back to the party, at the back of the party.
Okay. You say we need your help. Who?
We have been told that it is quite urgent.
By whom?
A messenger. Are you to tell me that no one needs help?
Go ahead, Dave.
There's a lot of crows.
I killed them.
And I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I killed them.
I'm sorry. It's just getting hard to hear you.
Gone. They're gone. They're just passing through.
Yeah, sorry. I should have just waited.
Yeah. The guard says, "I do not know of what you speak. You have been beckoned by whom exactly?"
A messenger has come. May we enter and get out of this cold night?
Give me a persuasion check. And you can see that the other one kind of, and she's a female, a little
11.
shorter. What's that?
11.
11. We have strict orders not to let anyone in during the evening. If you've been here before, and I know who you are, you know this.
Right, and we came urgently because we thought it was urgent. Now, speaking with you, it seems that maybe it is not urgent, but seeing as how we are here, maybe you will let us in anyway.
I don't know if I will.
We received a letter. If somebody had to venture out at night to send this to us,
what was the name on the
they are
letter?
in trouble.
Again, I couldn't write it down in time.
Who was the name on the letter?
Yeah.
Urwin Mardukov.
Thank you.
Just haven't mentioned the name yet on purpose, because...
Gotcha. I didn't know. I forgot the name regardless. Okay.
I need to understand who exactly sent you this letter. I need to see the letter. I need to understand exactly what you plan to accomplish here. I know who you are. We trust you. You are good people. You have done much for Barovia, blah, blah, blah. But things are a little difficult in Ravenloft on a regular basis. Tonight, even more so. So
Why
please.
more so tonight?
I mean of late. The list.
I'm listening. What he meant.
You said more so tonight.
He kind of steps back, and you can see a kind of an unease in his stature.
Perhaps we should go and circle the palisade for you, just to ensure there's no danger.
Give me one more persuasion check.
Six.
He kind of looks over at his partner. She kind of looks back at him. And he kind of comes close, and he tells you to come a little closer.
Okay, so I lean in.
If I let you in, you tell them it wasn't me. You tell them you came from the East Gate.
Deal.
Very well. And you hear the key enter the lock as he opens up the gate for you.
All right. I'm going to stealthily enter myself.
Stealthy what, sorry?
I'm going to enter with some stealth.
Okay.
Question. Did we hear, did anybody else hear what he spoke of? Are we just?
He was. If you were trying to listen, if you can give me a perception check. He
I
was
definitely was trying to
keep
listen.
It quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here, Jay.
Okay, go ahead.
22. That's without guidance.
Okay.
25.
So are we remaining on horseback, or are we dismounting and proceeding on foot?
Yeah, in this case, it's a smaller door within the gate. So he kind of opens it up. During the day, they open the full gates. But in this case, you'd have to dismount and lead the horses through.
Okay. So are we rolling stealth?
Stealth, well, perception for those of you that wanted to hear. Stealth for everyone if you're deciding to move kind of quietly through the town.
With my 22, did I hear?
Yes.
Dirty 20 for me. Good.
I immediately, if I notice that, I draw on the ground as dirt goes to everybody's feet, including the horses. Pass without a trace.
Very nice.
Nice.
You all get plus 10 to your stealth rolls.
I'm going to stealth.
It's 26 for me.
29.
20 for me. Yeah. Oh,
29,
damn.
including my disadvantage.
I'm gonna quietly ask Ezmerelda, why are we sneaking in if we were invited?
Something doesn't seem right.
There's a need for secrecy. If anyone asks us how we got in, we say the East Gate. Understood? It is the deal that I have made.
Why would
Boss,
they
I
invite
need-
us and not tell the people at the door to let us in?
Travas, I really need you to repeat what he said so I know that you understand what's happening and that
Yes,
you
of
will
course.
tell. Okay.
Yes, they didn't let us in the gate.
Yes.
I do agree, though. This is weird, and I don't like weird.
Agreed.
Trust no one.
I'm going to roll stealth for your horses as well. Okay. All right. Your horses are having a hard time as it has started to rain lightly in the mud.
Did you add that plus 10 to them?
Yeah, I did.
Dang it.
They did not roll well. But you start to make your way through the western side of Vallaki. You take
Is there a
the
spot to tie them? Is there a spot to tie them? Like hearing them like through the mud? Can we?
Yeah.
Is there a spot to tie them up near this gate?
I mean, you could find a spot. There's no place, there's no stable or anything like that that is apparent here. You do remember that there are stables at the Blue Water Inn that you could absolutely put them in once you get there.
As we get in,
and who's leading the horses? Just so I know.
Well, that's kind of what I want to get at. As we get in, I say, I can take the horses and quiet them down and just get them away. And as I do, I start to ritual cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Just so
How long does that take?
It's going to take about 10 minutes. So I'm just going to just be with them for a bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell them, I will find you. Don't worry about me not doing that.
Having heard the conversation, because I rolled a 26 on my perception with the conversation that Sterling had with the guard, I will also stay back with Noggins and lead the horses, if that's okay, Jay.
Okay. Okay, so are the rest of you continuing on while they wait, or are you waiting with them?
I will specifically tell them, go, we will catch up. Less people, the better.
And Falfer knows the way, so you'll be able to find your way to the inn. Okay. You all kind of, the two of you, step away and walk along the palisade a little bit, just to stay in the shadow out behind some of the cottages that line the road. The rest of you start east. As you head east, you pass St. Andrew's Church on the left, which you remember quite well, and head into the town square. As you hit the town square, you see the Blue Water Inn on your left. It is lively, and you hear the sounds of music hit your ears as you start to approach. It's clearly a lively night. And even though, from your understanding and from your feeling, is that things are not quite as they were, the town itself is quieter, and there's an eerie peace as you kind of cross the cottages. There isn't the tenseness that you experienced previously within the town. But as you do approach, the inn is absolutely much more alive and bustling than it was previously.
I'm just quickly checking to see if I see any faces lurking around outside of the area.
Yep. Yeah, give me a perception check.
And what sort of noise is it? Are they just partying, or is it like a big town meeting because somebody important was assassinated or something?
No, it's jovial.
Huh.
25.
Okay. You don't actually see much of anything. You see somebody leave their home and kind of walk down the road, but other than that, it's actually quite quiet. You do notice, though, with that 25, the multitude of ravens that kind of sit in and amongst the roof on the top of the Blue Water Inn.
I will elbow Travas and just like give a head nod and look in the direction.
I heard those guys earlier.
There were many of them, yes.
It was deafening.
But other than that, seems...
At this point, one person kind of bustles out of the door and sees you all kind of standing there. If you're standing there, actually. You were stealthing, so I can... but somebody does bustle out and they kind of look around. They don't see you immediately. He still has a tankard in his hand and he takes a sip of it and he kind of throws it behind him and then starts to kind of stumble down the street.
He looked like anybody we've seen here before.
You do not recognize this person, no. But he looks like a Barovian. Kind of dark features.
Not dressed like an adventurer or anything.
No, just a townsperson.
Okay.
No, I don't know that these guys would necessarily know that I'm with the Dawnbringers. So I'll say to Ezmerelda, should I go and ask them what is happening tonight? They don't know me here. I could sneak over and ask that man. He's probably drunk.
If you feel like that's... Sounds all right to me. You should nobody... It couldn't hurt. It's actually less suspicious maybe if one person goes to... Then a group, he might feel a little uneasy about that. So yeah, give it a shot.
So I'm gonna kind of walk off towards this drunk guy. As I go, I'm gonna grab a little bit of dirt and kind of dirty myself up, my face, my clothes, and kind of approach him as if I'm just like a poor kid.
Okay.
And
as you stumble upon, he goes, "Oh, hello."
And I'll hold my hands out. Sir, I'm so hungry. Do you have anything?
Bah, this is Barovia. Get your own. And he kind of turns around and he continues up the road.
Okay, I'll skip up again. What is the celebration tonight? Why is everybody so happy?
Oh, what do you mean? Are you not from here?
Actually, I am in fact from Barovia. Yes, but I don't hear much about exciting things.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
13.
Okay, he says, "Oh boy, you need to pay attention. Everybody's talking about it. Of course, the Baron, they met their end. They are done. Vallaki is the people's once again."
That's great news. Well, what happened to them?
That is a story for another day. I am going to sleep. And he turns around and he walks down the road.
Okay, and I'll go back to them. So he said that the Baron. Can you repeat?
Yeah.
They've met
their end, and that the town is in the hands of the people again.
So I'll relay this to Ezmerelda.
Okay, you head back and he relays it.
I'm just looking at his face, making like, oh wow, you didn't get slapped or punched or good job. Is that all you can find out? Was it about the Baron?
Well, I think this man was a little bit drunk and he didn't want to answer more questions.
All right,
I could ask another one.
Maybe we can just all go in, and now that we know what people are celebrating, we'll just kind of blend in and act like we know and see what else we can find out.
I feel like they might recognize you because you're a hero from the lands and everybody talks about you.
No. Stop. Everybody, really? Like everybody?
Well, I don't know. I think everybody. But I could, if you want to, I could go and ask them first, then come back and tell you more. And then you can decide if you want to go into the room with everybody in it.
I mean, we can't just hang out here all night. That's gonna look weird.
Yeah, whatever you want.
I just kind of like look to the, to Falfer's not here.
It's just Sterling. It's
just
you and
Sterling. It's just me and Sterling. Okay, got it. Sterling.
You and the emotionless robot.
At this point, you are done, Omega, and you can now, you and Falfer start to head toward the Blue Water.
Oh yeah, I guess put the what are they called? Horses in, saying, "We'll be back. Don't worry. Here's a ration. Don't scream. They'll be really nice. Thank you."
Sorry, are you taking them? Are you leaving them there, or you're taking them with you?
I thought we were gonna take them to the stable area
in the blue. Yeah, to the Blue Water Inn. Yeah, sorry, you're on your way, so you're leaving the gate now. You just finished. You're leaving now towards the Blue Water Inn along the east road.
Yes. Still, I say all those things. Don't worry, you're fine. How are you? What's your name? We're gonna be best friends, basically.
Okay, cool. All right, and they seem calmer as you all kind of walked together.
Yeah, and I just observe Noggins as he's doing his Fae thing.
Okay. All right.
This isn't Fae. This is Druidic.
As he's doing his Druidic thing, I'm
So
being
ignorant.
Fae watching him.
How dare you? There's a difference.
All right. Back to the other team.
Sterling, what do you think?
But perhaps we should look for Martikov. I don't know if we should enter through the front or go through the stable area as we had discovered in the past.
You think we should sneak in?
Well, there's an area at the back that we can enter. Many ravens in there. However, it leads with a secret passage into a room. And I believe we may find Martikov there. And it may be a way where we would be unseen. You know what I mean?
I like that.
All right.
I feel like only trouble can come if we enter a room full of drunken celebratory. It's too risky.
Yes, I agree. Let's try this way first, and if we find nothing there, then we can head in and see what we can discover.
Okay.
All right. So you guys head around the back side of the Blue Water Inn.
Are we too far to see them going around, or?
At this point, yeah. You're still making your way along the road.
Gotcha.
Do we want to wait?
We are probably at our best at full number. Let's wait.
Okay, so you stay out in front of the in, but kind of unseen. How long does Pass Without a Trace last again? Is it an hour?
An hour.
Yeah.
An hour.
All right, you wait the 10 minutes, and you see Falfer and Noggins come up the road with the horses.
I was just making sure that they were a little quieter. They're good now.
And as you see them approach, you kind of wave them down, and quite quickly, or quite suddenly, you see, just in the shadow of the woodshed to the right of the door, the rest of the party.
Okay. And we will walk over. And as we're walking over to him, I'll just say quickly to Falfer, are you doing well?
I am learning. Are you doing well?
Oh, I'm fine. I mean, I've already come to the conclusion that this is just going to be a dream I'm stuck in until we kill Strahd. So, as good as that can be, but I wasn't the one who just had a very quite literal life-changing transformation. So, well, I had one of those already. It's your turn.
Yes, I am honestly just trying to wrap my new head around it.
I've learned if you sleep on your side, the horns don't get in the way. I didn't used to always have horns, so this is a new thing.
That's very good advice. I've been having trouble sleeping, so which is not normal. Well, I mean, I guess it's normal with the hags, but from before the hags, it was not normal for me not to be able to sleep. So, thank you.
I see them.
Great, let's go.
Good, there
hop,
you are
hop,
now.
hop.
I'm sure, Falfer, you will remember this. Noggins, you were not with us yet when this happened, but there is a stable. I believe you have seen it now, but there is a secret entrance within that stable, and we are thinking of taking that way in to find Martikov.
I seem to recall us not being around there. Perhaps, was it Dimitri who was there as well with us? Where did
he go?
Yeah, where is Dimitri?
I think I overheard him talking with.
Sorry, as
He
you were
was
leaving,
having
I forgot to
digestive
say,
problems.
Dimitri decided to stay behind and be one with Argynvost and spend the time within Argynvost to commune with his
cleaning montage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yes, he mentioned that he wanted to the new knighthood dragon Argynvost silver knight thing. Right.
Told me he needed to polish his armor.
That as well, probably. Okay, well that's
Noggins.
yeah. Sorry.
I just said I just remembered to say Noggins. I'm pretty sure that you maybe have seen them on the way in, but there's lots of our ravens.
That's a lot of birds.
There are a lot of them. I figured you are the one to let know of all of us.
Are they a problem? I mean, they're just standing up there. I can talk to them.
I just thought we should all be aware.
I've never had a bad encounter with birds, so I don't know if there'll be a problem or not.
I'll lean towards Noggins. I want to share one of the pieces of gossip from Gakis and tell him, inside of the ravens is where the souls of the dead go.
That is a little scary, but
because they can't escape, so they go in the birds.
Is that where Muskoka is?
I don't know.
Well, don't. Well, they're there, and I don't see them doing anything, so I don't. I watch, I guess. If you think they're going to be a problem, I can yell at them right now.
I feel like I don't know whether any of this is going to be good or bad. So my instinct is to just be aware of everything surrounding us.
Okay.
Just
Got it.
Are the just for my sake, Jason? Are the birds like staring at the group? Are they looking around? Do they look like are they actual birds? Noggins has no idea what to even look at
Yeah, give me an insight check.
because they told me we still need to be sneaky. Never mind, no guidance. Guidance is concentration, y'all. Don't forget that. That is 11.
Yeah, with an 11, the only thing that's a little off-putting is the number. There are dozens and dozens of ravens.
Oh. Okay. That's just. You said there was a secret tunnel somewhere, or an entrance, or.
Yes, secret entrance. It is
Cave.
within the stable up in the loft. There will be many ravens in there as well. We have not had any bad experience with these birds. In fact, they've helped us in the past, so I do not fear them.
Oh.
I do recall that.
But all I'm saying is that if there are many of them and they've come to our aid in the past, there might be something else to be wary of.
Oh, you think they're like an omen or something? Like a lot of them here at once, someone's gonna die. Ooh.
If they are here to protect us, what are they protecting us from?
It's a very good point.
That's a lot of thinking.
It is a lot. I am aware.
Sterling, would you lead us to this secret doorway in the stables?
Yes.
As you recall, there's a door on the north and the south sides, but it's just a single door, so you're not able to actually get a horse through there. There are double sliding doors on the west side of the stable, but they are currently chained and locked, and they were last time you were here as well. Sterling, as you step through the door, the same thing. There are 4 stalls in the corners. There was a gray mare that no longer is here. The stable is empty currently, and there's a small door set into the east wall and a wooden ladder that gives access to the loft overhead. And you remember that the secret door was on the back wall of the inn, like on top of the loft, where Dimitri and Rowan had that awesome exchange.
It's so good. All right. So I'll lead everybody in. Now, I remember the last time we were here, young Sterling had a bit of a spook. I think it was voices or something.
It was children. He saw a child go in here, and he heard voices, and he thought it was the children that he was playing with, but then turned out to not be.
And he ended up being very scared. So there's remnants of that walking in here. So I guess the rest would know that he's anxious.
Are there any birds in here?
Yeah, there are dozens on the railing up on the loft, all lining, and they kind of all looking down inquisitively. They're squawking, fluttering of feathers.
I will squawk back and I will say, "Hi, we're just passing through. Don't need to bother. You know, we're not going to bother you or anything. But they said there was a lot of, there's a lot of you in here. So I'm just saying hi."
Are you speaking with animals?
Yeah, I have it still on right now.
Oh, okay, still on.
That's what I did with the horses.
That's right.
To talk to them.
You hear, and as they kind of squawk, you hear, watching them. There's lots of them. Remember them? I remember them.
Remember who?
Them. And one kind of inquisitive one kind of on the end kind of looks over and says, them. And he kind of like points at
to the people
companions.
Oh, yeah, they're cool sometimes. They could be a little loud. Sterling snores. He doesn't know he does.
And even though most of them, the voices that you hear as they squawk, it's kind of one word answers, which you've come accustomed to from most animals.
Yeah.
Just intelligence being what it is. But from one of them, you hear, and you can't quite make out because there's dozens, you hear, "Mind yourself. Be careful."
Wow. Okay. We're gonna go inside. I will mind myself. And I'll switch back to common. One just talked to me like for real, and it was kind of strange.
Strange how?
What did it say?
Like, sometimes, when you talk to animals, like I assume some of you probably haven't before, maybe you have. It's typically like one words, or like it's very sporadic. You kind of have to piece the buttons together. Is that what the phrase is? Piece the puzzle together. That one. But that one was like, "You must mind yourself. Be careful. Squawk."
We have been told and seen in the past that some of these ravens are were-ravens. One of them may in fact be a person.
Oh, like how I can change into things too.
I believe so.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. We're gonna go inside now. I say that back in Raven.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
All right, see that wall? It's on the edge of the tavern. Up in the loft. That is where we are going.
And as you approach the wall, you do see that there's a sliver of light, flickering light coming through on one of the seams.
Okay.
I will stay again to the rear of the party and draw a long arrow, just to protect what might come through there.
Okay.
Can I'd like to look through the seam.
Okay. Give me an investigation check with disadvantage.
Very, very stealthily as well. Investigation with disadvantage. It's gonna be a 17, which is not as good as my natural 20 that I would have had.
Nice. Nice. All right, as you look through, you do notice that the light seems to be coming from flame. Some sort of flame that is covering or illuminating the entirety of the room. So you imagine it's a fireplace within the room. You see the edge of a bed, and it seems to be some sort of quarters, like a bed chamber.
Any people? Any shadows of people?
Not that you can tell.
Do I smell anybody?
Not that you can tell.
Okay, I'll come back to Ezmerelda. And I'll say, I don't see anybody, but there is a fire inside.
All right. Well, stand back and still be on your guard.
What do you do?
I will, just one last thing. I will look over at Falfer and I'll say, remember back at Argenvost when, we talked a little bit, but just in the time, if you want, think of what you want to look like. Think of what you were before this and try to manifest it. I think if you try hard enough, you might be able to blend in a little better.
I'll do that, Jay. Without responding to Noggins, I will cast disguise self on myself into my previous self.
Yeah. And you watch as the color of his skin changes. And the antlers go away, and he is back to Falfer.
He's cured. I'm gonna go over and touch him.
It's
what are you doing?
I'm gonna touch his head. I'm amazed that he's cured. How did you do this?
So when you do touch my horn, like my head and the horns, you still feel the horns. Like they're like it disappeared from your view, but you can actually still feel their corporeal self.
He stands back, looking at his hands, and then like wipes them off. Like, oh, okay, that's crazy.
It's a disguise. I'm just not ready, you know?
As you all stand in front of the door, you suddenly hear the latch on the other side of the door start to open, as if somebody is manipulating it.
Hide! I dive into one of the hay bales at the top of the loft.
Okay. Are you all attempting to hide?
No, I'm gonna stay.
Okay.
If everybody else wants to hide, that's fine, but I'm gonna stay.
Okay. Who's hiding and who's not? You have a split second. Is Falford the only one hiding?
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I started to move to hide, but then seeing nobody else moving, I'm like half behind the bale, and then like I come back out. I'm not sure what to do.
Yeah. The door opens, and you see a familiar face. That of a Barovian woman by the name of Muriel. The woman that you met in the ruins of Berez, previous to your encounter with Babala Saga. She's the one that gave you the information. And she is the one that was holding the torch, and she is the one that kind of led you through and aided you at the time that you needed. And she stands there. Muriel, welcome. And you have been told by Urwin that the party was probably going to be arriving. Not long ago, one of your companions came and let you know that they were in the stable and that they were up in the loft. And so you came up to greet them. After you had spoken to Urwin, you told them you were here. He said, go and get them and bring them down to the tap room.
So we were expecting them through the tap room, not this way.
Yeah, you're expecting them to kind of come through the front door. Yeah.
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 She pokes her head out a little bit and looks at all of you and goes, "Why are you up here? What? Come on. And I'll open the door and let them in.
Okay.
Muriel, yes, and I'll enter through. We were told to expect danger.
And so you decided to sneak? Okay.
Yes, no sense walking into danger.
I guess that's fine. That's fine. Come on.
Worked
this
really
everybody?
well up until, you showed up and gave us away. But here you are.
I was sent to get you, so come on inside.
I will deliver the line that I practiced. They did not let us in through the gate.
And yet here you are. I'm impressed.
Well done, Travas. Well done. Thank you.
So we don't have to be sneaky anymore?
Nope.
No.
You are expected. Urwin sent me to get you.
The dust around everyone's feet just plop.
Yeah.
As I end my spell.
So still being in the hay bale, being the only one who's hidden, I question whether or not to show myself or go alone again, and I decide this time to stay with the group.
Growth.
Yay.
Character development.
All right.
You guys are all jerks, okay?
Yeah.
I just kind of pat Falfer on the shoulder. I'm like, you're doing great, buddy.
The
Belfer,
party.
good. I'm glad that you're here. I was wondering where you were.
It's good to see you again, Muriel.
You too. Come on in.
And once we're inside, I'll close and lock the door again and make sure it's all hidden.
Yep. And Noggins and Travas, you have not been here previously, but the rest of you, Ezmerelda wasn't there either, actually.
I was not.
Sterling and Falfer, you remember the room as you saw it. This is the room that Callie and try to pull Sterling through to jump on the bed and Urwin. But it's clear that this is some sort of master suite. Matching end tables flank a large wooden framed bed with a red silk canopy. Across from the bed hangs a tapestry depicting a beautiful mountain valley. The other walls are dominated by a fireplace and a wardrobe. And Muriel leads you through, out the door, across kind of the balcony, and of course you have fond memories, Sterling, of the chandeliers, which sway ever so gently, that hang in the center of the inn. You all head down the large staircase, and then Muriel, you were instructed to take them to the table within the alcove. There's an alcove kind of on the south side with windows all around. It's the most private table. It's also the table that you all sat at when you met, or those of you that were there, sat at when you met Rictavio for the first time as he entered the inn some time ago. At this point, probably a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I think it is.
I'll catch up to Sterling as we walk by. Did you mention? Yeah, we must be upstairs at the balcony. We walk by the chandelier. I just tap on Sterling's knee, and then I say, I just look at him. I don't say anything. I just look at him, eye the chandelier, and go, huh? I
still want to.
Oh, maybe later. And we move forward.
All right. You cross the tap room, and you kind of weave in and out of people. There's a couple dozen folks in here, mostly Barovians. Like I said, the air in here is different than it was. It was absolutely the most jovial place up to that point that you had been in Barovia, but tonight spirits seemed lifted somewhat. There is some sort of fog that has been slightly lifted over people, it appears and it seems. As you cross the tap room, you look to the right, and behind the bar is Urwin, and he sees you all and he nods in recognition as he kind of wipes his hands with a towel and places it down and starts to kind of move around and meet you at the table. There are 6 seats at the table, and as he kind of walks to meet you, he offers you all seats and pulls up a chair to sit at the end of it. Pulls up a couple chairs actually for you, for himself and for you, Muriel.
Thank you, Urwin.
So you guys,
even though I haven't, I don't know if I would have ever been here or known any of these people, like from being from Barovia, but from a poor family and adventuring.
Probably not.
I don't know. No, okay.
Probably not. I mean, you may have come to the market once in a while, maybe made a couple trips, but things
not
are
known
expensive
anybody
here.
Really.
Much even more expensive than the village of Barovia.
I've got money now.
Yeah, exactly.
Would I have ever met this person before?
Urwin?
Yeah.
I think you were here. Yeah, you came back after the hags when Falfer had the whole pie incident. You were there for that.
There we go.
So you've
yep.
absolutely met Urwin, and that's when he thanked you all for doing what you did at the winery and all that kind of stuff.
Winery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
so
right.
He says, "Please have a seat. We must speak."
Noggins sits.
I thank
I very
you
quickly sit.
for
Yeah, I will sit and I want to wave around to try to get some food.
I smack his hand as soon as he brings his hand. Not now.
And he looks over and says, "Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I have already ordered some things for you. Drinks, wine, food. I did not expect you to come tonight. Thank you so much for coming so early. I did not intend for that, but I appreciate the urgency."
Well, when you make a note that says something's urgent, I think most people are going to hop to it.
And he
We
looks
were
over
really
and
worried.
he's like, "I have not met you yet."
Hi. I'm Noggins, bro.
It's nice to meet you. And you, he looks over at Travas. You are
He stands up to shake his hand, kind of floppy. I'm Travas.
He's sort of like an intern.
Best friend, I was going to say, but either one.
He shakes your hand, and you can see he's a very sturdy, broad Barovian man with a long beard and a shock of white that kind of goes through the middle of it. Well dressed. And he says, he looks at Falfer and Sterling and says, "What I am about to tell you is not for everyone. Are you sure they can be trusted?"
Yes, of course. I mean, they came through with us, and you can believe me, nothing has changed about us whatsoever. We are just as we were before. And you all can get an air of like Falfer in his old self disguise, feeling more at ease with others seeing him, so he becomes a little bit more gregarious again.
How long does this guy's self last?
1 hour.
Okay.
Yes, these friends, they are now adventuring companions. You may notice we have lost someone. Dimitri is still with us. He's studying a little bit back home, but yes.
But Muskoka,
He unfortunately did not make it.
Noggins' ears just deflate. I can't do that because prosthetic.
I am sorry. These lands claim many.
He fought bravely. And since then, meeting Travas and Noggins, they've also fought very bravely alongside us. They have my trust.
Yes.
We trust them with our lives.
If their cause is our cause, then I consider them friends too.
A big smile comes on Noggins' face.
Yeah, Travas sits the straightest you've ever seen him sitting for a teen.
Much has changed since the last time you were here. You remember the Volakoviches were in charge, of course, and everyone was growing tired of their feasts and their festivals and their ways of trying to make people happy falsely, and well, what we imagined would happen has happened. They were dragged into the town square and they were stoned to death. The Baron and Baroness still lay in the stocks in the town square, decomposing, rotting, and people celebrate it. I don't know if this is good or if this is bad, but someone has stepped up to take their place, and I saw it coming. I've seen it coming for some time. Let me say, I get ahead of myself. I'm sorry. I must thank you on behalf of my family, on behalf of my father, on behalf of the things that we have worked for so many years. The fact that you have returned 2 of the gems that helped to grow the grapes at the winery, that is, I can tell you, that is so very crucial to this land. You are in our debt. As I mentioned, you may stay here free of charge anytime. And as you know, we have kept an eye out on you too. I've heard of what happened in Beres and what you were able to do there. Lighting the beacon at the Argentvostold. These are things I never thought possible. Things that our people have not been able to do on our own. You represent something so much bigger, so much greater. You bring so much hope. So I say thank you. But to business. Lady Vakter has taken control of the town. She has taken armed guards to protect the Burgomaster's mansion. So those that aren't the regular guards of Vallaki. Maybe she doesn't trust them. I don't know. People are happy. People are excited. People were growing tired of the burgomaster. But Isaac, the burgomaster's right-hand man, has gone missing. Nobody knows where he is. You had spoken, especially you, Sterling, about the spiky hand man. That is him. He is missing, he's gone. Nobody knows where he is. And the son, Victor Velakovich, is nowhere to be found either. I fear, even though the people are happy for a change, I fear for the long term this isn't good. For all his problems, for all the ways that he tormented his people, Velakovich was not an ally of the devil. I believe Lady Vaktor is. I believed it for some time. I just need proof.
All right.
Is that why you brought us here, to find out if Lady Vaktar is on Strahd's side?
Yes, I believe perhaps there is information in the Burgomaster's mansion that may lead to us understanding her intentions better. Perhaps.
Are you seeking for her to be removed from power?
Sorry, am I seeking?
Are you seeking for her to be removed from power?
I do not know yet. It remains to be seen, but of course, it appears that there's information. If she's protecting it so keenly. And this has just happened. It was just overturned not long ago. I don't know if she's had the chance to search the mansion yet, which is why the urgency was important. I don't suggest you go in the evening, perhaps. That is up to you. Perhaps in the morning, perhaps later. But any assistance you may be able to give us would be appreciated.
What of Isaac and Victor? Did they go missing at the same time? Do you think they are together?
I do not know. Victor didn't. He was. Well, they are all very strange. But he was set apart. He never seemed to agree so much with his parents. He wasn't necessarily cut from the same cloth. I don't think.
That's not so unusual.
No.
Would mean nothing.
He was a creepy little, you know what.
I'm sorry, I already forgot his name.
Isaac?
Isaac, thank you. Isaac and Victor, are they a problem? Or do you want them found for good reason? They, well, at least Victor has the same last name as the people who are strung up outside, and that makes me believe that he might be bad too, but I don't know if that's true since you said he is cut from a different cloth or something.
He may have information. If we can find him, perhaps he can tell us something. Perhaps he saw something. I don't know.
Do you have anything of his at all?
Victor's no. But you can potentially find something in the mansion. Perhaps another
Yes,
reason.
And
Can you track him from a belonging?
Kind of.
Yes, well, I mean, the best place to get something of his would be his home.
And you're saying we might find some proof as well in the mansion that Lady Vaktar is also evil, or at least on the bad side.
I believe she is allied with Strahd. She appears to have the people on her side and their interests at heart, but I don't trust her.
And the proof of that is in the mansion.
Perhaps, I don't know.
But she is so. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, but she has set up guards outside of the mansion.
Yes, trained, experienced guards, not the usual. Very experienced, very dangerous.
So he has disappeared, but she does not want us to find where they have gone.
Sorry, say that again?
They have disappeared, and she does not want us to find where they have gone.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't spoken to her. I'm assuming she's trying to find them herself. They are loose threads.
I see.
Who is a loose thread? This lady.
Isaac.
Oh.
The only thing I ask is that you take Muriel with you. She is very accomplished. She has keen eyes, and her last post, well, you took care of that, so I would like her to accompany you.
Muriel, do you know anything extra that we might be able to use as information to get in or anything like that?
Do I know anything extra?
Give me a history check.
Sure. That's a 3.
Okay. You've seen the mansion. You know where it is, but you've never spent the time to really look at its defenses or entry points or anything like that. Yet.
I don't have a lot of information. No, I wasn't in town a lot recently until the problem that I was watching you took care of. So, sorry.
Oh, no worries. Just curious.
But I would be more than happy to come and help and do whatever I can.
At this point, two barmaids bring out all of like a platter of food, and they place it down in front of you and bring you some mead and some wine, and place it down on the table. And he says, please, eat, drink. When you are ready to depart or have any other questions, please let me know. And I will more than happy to answer and help. As you understand, it's complicated. I can't get my hands as dirty as I'd like to sometimes.
How much time have we been chatting now, Jay?
Probably about 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. I look down at my wrist, eyeing something that's invisible there.
Yeah.
And look at the food, quickly grab a few pieces of things, shove them down, and at that point I say to the others, have a hard stop in I don't know, like about 40 minutes. So if we could just hurry, that would be great.
Travas is taking food, but I'm gonna like take a food and palm another one that I can put into my pocket at the same time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of swipe some as I'm eating, and I start to pour myself like a giant mug of mead, kind of looking over at Ezmerelda, like if she's gonna stop me or not.
What is the drinking age in?
There really isn't one in Barovia.
I just love that Ezmerelda has become the mother big sister figure to Travas.
You know, I made a promise that I would look after him. I just give him mom eyes, and I'm like, you don't overdo it, all right?
Okay, all right. I'm gonna hand the full flagon over to Sterling, and I'll pour myself a half of one.
Urwin says, of course, you can have rooms. They are vacant, actually. The one that you had with 4 beds, you can use that one. And then there is another one with 2 you can have for the night and as long as you stay.
Is there a table in either of those?
There is a small round table in the one with the 4 beds, yes.
Then that is where we will plan.
Is there like any cheese or something that's not meat?
Yes.
On the thing.
Yeah, and
Great.
there's some like steamed veggies and things like that in the platter.
Yes,
Cabbage.
yes. He's a pseudo vegan.
Yeah, cabbage, turnips, that kind of thing.
And yes, he is. He starts turning up with the turnips, and he doesn't drink any like wine or anything. But if there's like a glass of water, he'll put his hand over it, and some hibiscus tea flowers will grow, and he'll make some hibiscus tea.
Very nice.
All right. That mead flagon that's in front of me, I'm gonna pour about half of it back in the jug.
Okay.
And when nobody's looking, I'm gonna pass it to Travas behind my back.
So as I finish one, I'll like kind of swap out the next one.
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand check, both of you. While you're doing that, Urwin stands up and says, "Please, I must get back to business. It is very busy tonight. It's been good for business, that's for sure." And he kind of stands up and he goes back behind the bar, leaving you Muriel with the group.
I got a 15.
Okay.
Muriel is about to stand up as well as he's leaving, and then seems to momentarily be distracted by watching this exchange behind people's backs of mead.
Yeah.
But she doesn't say anything. She just sits back down.
Yeah.
And is also picking at some food.
Yeah.
So, you want to plan up in the room? Can't hurt to be cautious.
I think we should.
Yep.
I also believe there's something that should be revealed to you at that time.
Okay.
Yes.
That's not ominous. I'll follow. Okay.
Yes, certainly.
All right. Let us go plan.
I wanted to finish eating my turnips.
Turn up for what?
Wow.
That did not just happen right there.
Okay, I will. I just picture like a random passerby said that, and he's just like, it goes over.
All six of us just.
Oh, okay, and I will get a small little platter, and I'll put some cheese, put some turnips, put a little bit of other things, some crackers, and just take it with me.
Like a takeout container.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay. I guess you all can just take the food up as well. Like you can just take the tray up with you. You all gather your things.
Pass the test?
What's that?
I had a 15.
Pass?
And I had a 5.
Yeah. I don't. That's a good question, actually. Passive perceptions for everyone. Anyone have?
I saw it.
Higher than that.
I saw it.
You know I'm on the lookout for. Oh, I saw it.
Okay. Everyone saw it.
I'm gonna take that out of his hand, slam the mead back, slam it on the table, and say, "If ever you are too hungover in the morning to do your duties, I'm leaving you behind."
I don't even know what that means.
It means you don't get to go on adventures and you don't get to come back with stories.
I want to go on an adventure, Mom.
Okay.
As I'm stuffing some cheese in my mouth, I say, the good thing is, if he's too drunk, I can just restore him a little bit. Because technically,
don't tell him.
A drunk is just a poison.
We're all friends.
I look over at Sterling and I just have this confused look on my face.
They know how to be quiet, right? I think we're supposed to be doing sneaky stuff when we're getting into the mansion. The young one knows how to be quiet, right?
Better than most of us when necessary.
Okay.
This is embarrassing.
Give me a con save, Dave.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, geez.
19.
Okay. You get 19. Up. You got this.
Yeah. It's pretty crowded in there.
Vertigo is everything.
It's pretty crowded, right?
Yeah.
I want to kind of like, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to back away into the crowd and try to stealth and blend into the crowd to show how well I can hide.
Okay, stealth check.
Oh man.
It's a 28. So I'll say I'm very quiet, and I'll go back.
Yeah,
and I just want to like blend into the crowd.
Like he goes back, two people pass, and he's gone.
Yeah, I want to move my way around to the other side of the table and then step back up.
Well, the other side is against the wall, so you're not able to do that.
That would be really good. Not with the 28.
Yeah, not with the 20. You can't pass through walls with the 28. Sorry.
Fine.
If only.
Yeah.
Muriel
Just
looks
disappear for a
suitably
bit and then come
impressed.
back.
Yeah.
And while he's gone, like Falfer goes, looks around, finally grabs his flagon, takes a giant swig, pops it back in his spot.
Okay. All right. Are you all heading up to the room?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you remember, you need to actually exit the tap room. There's a kind of a back door that you exit, and then just around the corner, there's stairs on the outside of the inn that lead up to the second floor. You get up to the top, you open that door, and you enter. And there is a long balcony that stretches on the opposite side of where you were towards the guest rooms. You know that the other balcony has the master suite. And Sterling, give me a perception check.
I noticed that the chandelier is a shortcut, don't I? 22.
Okay, with the 22, you watch over and you see that not the door that you guys came through, so not the master bed, but the one south of that, to the left, down the hallway, you see it's open just a crack. And you see a familiar young boy. Sticks his head out like this and sees you. As he sees you, his eyes go wide, and he waves like this, and then he shuts the door. And you all continue to head down the hallway. Right to the end, there are two rooms that are kitty-cornered. The one straight ahead is the one with the 4 beds and the round table. It's just a small table with 4 chairs, and then the other room is the one with 2 beds.
All right. I think we were going to head to the one with the 4 beds and the table.
Yep. Okay.
I'll stand because I don't get tired. So.
Yep. This room is about 25 feet long and only about 10 feet wide at the end. There are 3 windows in the south wall, and there is a little table in the southeast corner with 4 chairs around it, and there is a lamp on that table. It is currently dark in the room. I'm assuming one of you lights the lamp as it sets a golden glow.
Continue flame. Not continue flame. Produce flame.
As he lights it. Okay. All right.
Travas puts away his like fire making kit.
Yeah, as he like starts to get everything ready.
Never mind.
No. There is much to discuss.
There was a lot of stuff that person said, and I don't want to lie to any of you. My stomach was growling, so I only listened to like a third of it.
Well, the short of it is, we need to go break into the mansion. See if we can figure out if Lady Voctor is in league with Strahd.
Yes, seems that's the case.
Did he say, I don't remember why he thinks Lady Voctor is in allegiance with him? Is it just a hunch? I get hunches.
He didn't give any details, but I trust Urwin. If he is concerned, then I am concerned.
Anytime somebody comes into power by unusual circumstances, it couldn't hurt to check.
That's valid. I pop a turnip in my mouth.
Turnip forward. Never mind.
Stop it.
I do have to say before we move too far, Falfer, I don't believe you'll be able to keep up this form forever, can you?
Not. It is actually probably waning pretty soon.
It was only 10 minutes?
No, it's an hour.
It's an hour? Okay. So you still have like half an hour probably left.
Okay.
I'll put my hand on Falfer's shoulder. I'll just say, "Don't worry, Falfer. It's not ugly."
It's not that. It's not that I think it's ugly. It's that I think it's different, and I am already different enough. I don't need to be more different. I feel. Anyways, let's not talk about it. I'll be
Being
fine.
different is the one thing we have in common. You're
Listen.
unique, just like everybody.
Okay, fine. I will find my way. Do not worry. Just let us figure out the plans and move on.
Is there anything that I should be concerned about?
I'll dispel my disguised self, and then pull my hood back. And what you see is it's Falfer, same shape to his face, same height, same build, but he's now got this purpley tinge to his skin and these two horns and kind of like a thick almost like orbital bone around his head.
What happened? Are you okay?
I would be fine. It's a simple, not long, kind of perhaps forever thing that happens with hags when you make deals with them. I did not know this, and but everything is great. It's going to work in our favor. I'm just working through the mechanics of it in my spirit.
That
Falfer, you take whatever time you need. We're not going anywhere.
Thank you, Ezzy. Means a lot to me.
Well, as long as you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. But I'm assuming this is the thing that you were going to warn me about?
Yes, and Falfer, I'm sorry if I introduced this sooner than you were willing, but yes, I thought sooner or later it would be something that you would have to know.
He was not wrong. It's probably something that I'm hiding for now. Noggins suggested that I try something new, and I did, and it felt good for the moment, and I will just have to accept. I will just have to accept it. But it will not change.
Something? I mean, I don't think I kind of hinted, but I don't think I've ever told you or anyone. I like looked down at myself and like touched the horns. I wasn't like this when I came here.
And that is where we're going to take a break for this evening. That was good. Thanks for the cliffhanger. Thanks again, Lauren, for joining us. Hope you're enjoying. It's taken some time to drag the party along, but we're just going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Dwarven Forge. This is everything you need to know about our terrain in 60 seconds. Ready? Let's go. We hand sculpt our pieces for maximum detail and artistry, infusing passion into every millimeter of our work. Everything is available beautifully hand painted so you can start playing right away. Or you can choose unpainted to paint everything yourself. Our pieces are completely modular so you can use the same sets to create a new adventure every time. Most pieces have embedded anchor magnets that affix to our terrain trays for secure building, and for revealing rooms as your players discover them. We create everything out of Dwarvenite, our top secret PvC formula that's nearly indestructible. We pack our pieces with as many features as possible, such as swappable LEDs to quickly change the look of your scene. We offer magnetic accessories to add flavor or increase the danger. A 1-inch tactical grid is sculpted into our floors, hidden in dungeon flagstones, natural rocks, or sticks and plants. In addition to sculpted pieces, we make terrain trays to use as a vibrant graphic base for your build. We offer a range of environments, including dungeons, caverns, cities, castles, sewers, forests, mountains, streets, burrows, ice, and hellscape. And that's just the beginning. We have a passionate fan base who can tell you all about it. And that's everything you need to know about Dwarven Forge in 60 seconds.
The games we play are the stories we create.
The fortress doors swing open,
Every story is unique.
and the sound of war drums rises.
Sometimes our stories come to us when we least expect them. We need to be ready no matter where inspiration strikes. And sometimes our stories are told over great distances. No matter where your journey leads you or how your story is told. The games we play are the stories we create. Sirenscape can help make yours epic.
Sirenscape is searchable, fast, and customizable from any device with no need to pre-install any sound. Adding epic atmosphere to your game has never been easier.
And we're back. All right, you all sit around a wooden table in the midst of lantern light, discussing plans to potentially break into the Burgomaster's mansion within Vallaki. I'll leave it to you.
So I believe the main question here is, do we sneak in or do we try to get an invite?
I feel like an invite might be a little difficult. What I want to know is, Jay, have any of us been here before?
To Vallaki?
To this mansion, have any of us visited before?
You've been to Vallaki, so anybody who's been to Vallaki before, so everybody but Travas and Noggins, you guys can give me history checks.
I'm assuming you want me to keep mine from before.
Yeah.
That was so wonderful. Yeah.
I saw the outside of the house a lot.
That's a 21 for me, Jason.
Okay.
6.
Well, it's a 7 for me.
Okay, a 6, a 7, and a 21, Falfer?
Yep.
Okay. Falfer, you remember that it is a 2-story building, seemingly with a potential 3rd story within the attic. Lots of windows, in fact, 4 windows basically per side. And you remember that there was typically 2 guards posted at the front every time you guys would pass. And it's a kind of it's shorter on the end with the entrance, and then it goes longer at the back. But that's pretty much what you remember from never being inside. But it's fairly run down on the outside, typical for a Barovian building.
Okay, so I'll relay the lay of the land as I know it to the crew.
Okay.
And
you
as
also,
he relays
sorry, you
that,
also
I'm
remember.
kind
Sorry, you also remember that it is south of. That it is south of where you are now, basically down a road that loops around.
Okay. So we know the location. We know the general layout. We know the guard pattern, like from the outside.
From the you know that there are 2 guards posted out front.
Okay.
So as Falfer is relaying this, I'm taking out some parchment and ink and trying to like map out exactly like how much we know of exits and entrances, where they would be.
Yep.
To the best of our ability.
Okay.
Now, what I suggest we do is we use those paints and we paint a door so that we can enter that way.
Oh, that's good. I like the paint idea, because if there was any locked door, I have knock, but that is really loud and would give us away.
Put my hand on Sterling's shoulders. I'm going to say, Sterling, this is not how paint works.
You don't know these paints. What we paint with them becomes a real thing. They are magical.
Frankly, I'm glad that he asked, because I had the same question.
Oh, sorry, I just assumed I shouldn't have done that.
I was a little confused because you were drawing such a very nice picture of the actual building, but if you have some magical means of getting on in without having to go through one of the entrances, that's going to help a lot.
It will help,
Takes
yes.
time. Does take
However,
time.
we should probably try to figure out what we assume some rooms might be and if they might be occupied. Because we could paint the door and get in, and but then if we're surrounded.
Does make a good point.
So perhaps a little bit of stealthing around the perimeter. See what we can see, perhaps through any windows. Try to stay away from any guard's eyes. and take it from there.
Do we know of anyone who might have been in that building who might still be alive and accessible, like any other butlers or delivery people or maids or anybody?
Actually, you recall in that moment, as you start to think who might be there, there was significant staff who staffed the mansion, but you don't know if they'd still be there now that nobody's necessarily living there. But you know there were at least half a dozen staff. But you do know, and you just recalled as it came to you, that the butler and the Baroness's lady-in-waiting went missing before all of this went down. And probably about, I'd say, a week before this went down, they went missing. And you also remember that Isaac was asking around town as if he had been tasked to find them.
And just so I have my timeline right,
Sure.
the everything went down being the death of the former occupants. How long ago did that happen?
2 days.
Okay. I'll relay all of that information.
Yeah.
So you think Isaac and Victor probably went to go look for the missing butler and lady-in-waiting?
Maybe. That might be how they happened to be out. Or I don't know. It seems like more than a coincidence, though.
It would be really great if we had some sort of layout of the inside, but if not, we could possibly send one person in. I can cast invisibility on them, go through the door, see if there is anybody that will be, in our way or dangerous to our mission.
Ravas is among the quietest of us all.
I'm also very good at climbing.
I'm also pretty quiet myself. Maybe the two of us can go together. Keep an eye out for each other.
Sounds like a good idea.
Good plan. Yes.
I can make sure one of you does your job a little better.
I would like any assistance that anybody can help with. I'm nervous about going into this building, essentially not knowing what the layout is. But unless we can find one of the people who worked there, I'm not sure where we can get a layout. We might want to at least go around the building and see if there are any lights on at night. People currently in rooms.
Yeah, a little reconnaissance. Not a bad idea.
Urwin may know someone that worked there. Someone we could speak to.
How old is that place? Or, that's a weird question. It's probably very old. Would it be like normal for like rats or spiders or things of that nature to kind of crawl around? Because I can be on someone's shoulder, technically.
I think it would be strange in Barovia for those not to be crawling around. So I'm just saying the assumption is I would think yes, there must be.
Yes. If 3 of you were to enter secretly, and the 3 of us that remain, what do we do?
Lookout is always important. Especially if this door is to remain open, knowing that it's not safe to come back out is very helpful. If you have some way of signaling us.
Yes, that's true.
I can actually I do not mind staying watch and then relaying to Sterling what is going on from outside. I have a special way of doing that now.
Right.
Don't we want to sneak in so you can paint a door? Did I miss something?
Yes, like once we get in, though. There
Once
could be
we get
tons
in.
of people. We don't know what's inside.
So would you like us to find a room that's empty so you can paint a door? I just want to make sure I understand this.
No, the door is to get in.
The door is to get in.
How long does your paint last?
We've never seen it stop lasting, to be honest.
Could you paint more jars of paint with your paint?
No. It doesn't seem that we would be able to.
All right, Travas.
He would not have
we're
to just
going
paint
to
paint.
find.
He would have to.
We're going to paint a door to get inside because it's more stealthy than going in through an actual door.
Right.
When we're done, we could probably leave through an actual door if there's no.
Who is going through this door? There's 3 of us going through the door. 3 of us sneaking in. I don't know if it was the half of a mug of drink that I had, but I'm having a hard time following.
I think
You are
that
staying sober from now on.
2 of you are going to sneak in. I'm just going to help you and be there as well, but I'm going to be so small they won't really know I'm there.
Right.
And
The
you
door?
too. The door is so we get in without having to open or unlock another door that someone might be standing behind, so we can just make sure that everything is as smooth as possible.
Exactly, because there are guards on the outside of the mansion. So we create a new door. Some of you walk through that door. I will stand watch outside in case they have patrols going around the building. I can relay messages inside. And that door, I believe, I can even enter later if I need to. But certainly, Ezmerelda is right. You may leave from any door on the inside of the building if you'd like.
Okay, Muriel understands. I will just make sure we get in.
I think I understand.
Excellent.
But we're not doing this tonight, right? The idea is tonight we're going to scout around, take a look at everything. And tomorrow night, we're going to paint the door.
I don't know if we're going in the evening. I think your friend Edgar, he said that he wasn't sure if we should go in the evening or not. Maybe in the afternoon or morning or something.
When is it most likely to be empty?
I don't know. We'll have to ask around. We'll have to see if anybody can tell us any more information about anything on the inside of that building. If anyone is still working there.
Do we know when is there a changing of the guards at some point of the day?
Must be, right?
We could try to sneak in then.
We could.
They cannot be around forever. Hey, how about we go downstairs to the party again and we ask if anyone from there works on the staff?
Or, like that, we speak to Urwin. He can tell us somebody that used to work there. If they do not work there now, they could tell us what the inner layout would be, without announcing to everyone that we're going in.
Of course. Give them
Do you think he would have given that information if he wanted us to go into the mansion?
It couldn't hurt to ask.
I can
If
definitely
he
go
doesn't
ask.
know, if he doesn't know, perhaps he knows somebody who would not
Yes.
betray our mission.
Muriel, perhaps you could go ask him if he knows someone and then relay the information back to us?
I can do that. Yeah, absolutely. And she'll get up and start to go do that immediately. Head outside, head on back down.
Okay.
Go try to find Urwin.
Yep, Urwin's behind the bar.
Okay. She'll walk up to the bar, sit in front of him, and it's still a party?
Yeah, it's starting to shut down a little bit, but it's still happening.
Do I recognize most of the people in here, or is there still a lot of just random unknown revelers?
Yeah, I mean, you recognize them. Again, you're not in town much, even though you're from Vallaki. You haven't been here a lot. But you do absolutely recognize some people as regulars. But nobody that you think or that you know that is connected necessarily to the Vlakoviches.
Okay. I'll lean in close to Urwin and say,
There were a couple of questions, if you've got a moment.
But of course. And he kind of pulls back a little bit and just kind of through the curtain in the kitchen.
Like he's going into the kitchen?
Yeah.
I'll follow.
He steps back just for privacy, yeah.
Yeah. And so when I'm sure we're out of earshot.
Do you know anyone who worked or works at the mansion? We're trying to get an interior layout so we know what we're heading into.
Yes. I do not know if they would have still been there. I heard that, as you know, the two went missing, the butler and the lady-in-waiting, and my understanding is they had the full-time cook, and they had the maid. And that is of 4 people, from what I understand. I do not know if they're still there. I do not know what their names were. The maid come in here sometimes. She had like a deep brown hair, very fair skin. Barovian, from what I understand. But I do not know. I did not ever get her name or do not know where she might be.
Okay. And you don't know of anybody else who might have any idea about the interior of this building?
Well, the staff would be the best ones to know. The guards. So if there are maybe Vallaki guards that we can find, perhaps they could tell you, those that have been inside. The Baron was very social, and so was the Baroness. So many people came and went from that place. With some time, you should be able to find somebody who could potentially tell you a bit more about the inside. She had she had people over often. There were lots of people coming in and out.
Socialites.
Yes.
All right. I'll see what we can find.
Thank you.
I'll head back upstairs.
Okay.
She opens the door and like pokes her head in.
Okay.
Comes back, closes the door.
I don't have any names. He didn't have any names, but there was also a cook and a maid and a bunch of guards. We might be able to find the old guards. They might be disgruntled enough about not working there anymore that they'll say something. They'll be willing to talk about things. The cook and the maid might know something, but I don't have a name. We'll have to ask around.
Yes, absolutely.
Seems very, very planny. Like, does not seem very Dawnbringer of us to like do all this planning. No.
It's true.
I feel like a lot has happened in the past few weeks that, you know, I feel like I would like to start learning how to plan better.
I mean, sure, I guess. Okay, that's fair. I mean, okay. All right then. Then I think that means we should find someone through conversation who does have a better layout of. And it sounds to me like what Muriel is saying is that they were socialites. So perhaps there is someone just downstairs who would be willing to just jovially tell us a little bit about the layout of the insides. No?
But then you also said you talked about the guards, former guards.
Yes.
That seems like a very good possibility.
It's true. Where would we find those guards?
Do you know where they went after they were, I guess, fired?
I don't, but we could ask around.
the guards that usually were hired by the former Baron, were they town guard? Were they private militia?
Town guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they were town guard, we could just ask some of the town guards what happened to the people who used to work there. That's at least a start. Maybe they'll also know the maid, the cook, what happened to the butler and the lady in waiting.
The
At least know where to find them.
Town people love to gossip. Somebody should know.
For sure.
And I think everyone would be talking about what just happened, so it wouldn't be odd to bring up the questions, right?
Yeah.
I'm coming to like plans. Perhaps. We'll see.
See if it works.
Yeah, plans might work.
Let's try it anyways.
Yes. Now, do any of you have the pigments on your person, or will I need to make a trip to get them?
Oh, I don't have them.
I do not believe I have them either.
Callie gave them to one of us, but I do not remember who. It may be Dimitri.
Close.
Oh, great.
Well,
I feel like
that's
this
what I'm
whole
saying,
plan
I
was
guess.
riding on the pigments being here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually can't remember.
We're not very good at planning.
To.
The viewers seem to think Dimitri has them.
Okay.
It may have been Dimitri or Muskoka. I can't remember.
Oh no,
I
it
hope
wasn't
it's
Muskoka.
Dimitri.
No, it was
No.
not Muskoka.
You burned them in the fire.
No, we got the stuff that was important with Muskoka.
We yes,
You did
pillaged
say
his
that.
body.
Because I can't remember, let's just say that you do have the pigments.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Gracious
DM's
DM.
out there.
Generous
I'm feeling
DM.
This is a great.
This is why you're my
DM.
favorite DM.
This he might be my favorite DM of all time.
Yeah, on Monday nights. Yep.
At this specific time.
Between 7
And 10
Sure.
Eastern.
Yep.
Eastern. Oh man.
Okay.
When you just suddenly pulls them out. Oh, I had them all the time.
Oh, here
There they are. So yeah. So I'll pretend I have. No, I'll have them. I'll pull them out and I'll hand them over to Sterling and go. Oh, strange. I just looked in there and all of a sudden they appeared. Here you go.
exactly what we needed.
At the right time. It's crazy.
Yes. Well, better than the bad surprises that Barovia brings. Well, so the plan is we find somebody that knows the inside, right? And then tomorrow we paint a door. 3 of you sneak in, the rest of us stay out. One of you, when you sneak in, will have to have one of Falfer's fingernails so he can communicate with you. Magically. Grossest way possible.
Yeah, you're.
And if anything should happen on the inside where anybody's in trouble, there should be a signal.
Yes.
And that we'll know too.
Yes. Now, what should the signal be?
Something like, "Hey, we're in trouble," or maybe something more subtle, perhaps.
Yeah.
It's a message through a fingernail. It doesn't have to be subtle. It could be anything. It could literally be help.
That's true.
Oh, it's a two-way message.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Let me check for sure to make sure that works this way.
I will.
Isn't
take
that
this-
how?
You were able to see and hear through it.
Yes.
I don't know how fingernail magic works.
There's 2, right? There's the sentry mode one
Yeah.
where you could see in through for a certain amount of time, and I think the message one is one single message.
That's correct. 25 words within 10 miles, and the creature gets the message, so they cannot relay anything back.
Yeah, and then it disintegrates, right?
That's correct.
I'm pretty
It's once
sure
per day.
with the fingernail it does not. If you view through it, it does.
Yeah.
So it's like a tweet essentially.
Yes. except with the whole lot less trolling coming back your way afterwards.
Gotcha. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the plan? You all are trying to gain information. You collect information about the interior, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's also a good idea to go scout around the building, get eyes on it, see if there's anything else that we need to know, see if there's lights on in any of the corners. Not try to sneak in tonight, but just take a look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yep. Go ahead.
I'll specifically look over at Travas because he has said that he is sneaky and say, would you like to come with me tonight and we can go do that?
I would love to. But no sneaking in tonight.
Just sneaking around.
I could also go with
Sneaking
you.
around.
Okay. So Ezmerelda, Travas, and Muriel are going to the estate to take a look and recon, right?
Case the joint.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I will ask if what the other guys think. Perhaps I will go downstairs and search for a town guard who might know something.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Should we take your fingernail just in case?
I left it with Sterling, so whoever is holding it, that is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here you go.
And I think you have to go into a trance to be able to see to it.
I do have to go into
Yep.
a trance. Yes. Yep.
And it only lasts a certain amount of time.
1 minute once the trance has begun.
Okay. And then at that point, is that when it disintegrates? Or is
Disintegrates it disintegrates immediately, and then I don't get it back until the next short rest.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay. So you get a minute of viewing or a single message.
Yep.
Okay. And so you're doing the viewing one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it to someone, and then if I find that I can't reach them, then I'll do the viewing.
Okay.
Yep.
You have to choose though which one it's imbued with, don't you?
Yes, I'm going to choose. I can choose the viewing one. I'll imbue it with that one.
So really quickly, I was going to type it up, but really quick, just so you're understanding, when you have the token, you can send a message through it whenever. It doesn't disintegrate when you do a message. But if you trance, it has that time, then it goes away.
Yeah.
Okay, just so you understand. But you still can't. Yeah, there's no replying back. It doesn't say that.
Yep.
With the message.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah. So I will then, given that I can send messages, I will imbue it with the power to message out. But I will. That'll be my signal to the others. Yes.
Yeah. So there's no time limit on the message.
That's right.
Yeah. There's no time limit on the message.
Yeah.
So as an action, you can send a telepathic message to the creature holding or carrying the token. As long as you're within 10 miles of it, the message can contain up to 25 words.
Which is strange, but then why limit the... Anyways. Because can I just do it over and over again and limit... That's 25 words, 25 words, 25 words. I could just keep doing it. Anyways, we can talk through rules.
Because it's an action, so I'm assuming if you're in combat and the only thing you want to do is that. Yep. So out of combat... You can probably send a bunch of 25-word messages, but you just can't hear back.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay. So I leave it to Sterling and Travas to figure out who, and Noggins to figure out who wants to have the thing, and I will go down to the party downstairs and try to find a town guard or ex-town guard.
Okay. Can you give me an investigation check, Felfer? Sterling, are you doing that as well?
Yeah, I was thinking I might.
Okay, so who are you giving the fingernail to? Travas?
Whoever...
Or Ezmerelda?
Whoever wouldn't mind holding it. Well, I'm thinking for the people that are doing the sneaking, they should be holding on to it. One of them.
Okay, who wants it?
I don't know if anyone really wants it, but I'll take it.
Okay, Muriel takes it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I was
He
gonna
hands it
rock,
up.
paper,
I just
scissors,
stand
but-
back and nudge towards her. Like,
Awesome.
Do I need to be holding it, or it just needs to be on me?
It needs to be on your person, and you need to be within 10 miles, which is more than enough.
I will stick it in a pocket.
I'm going to stay in the room because I'm going to start casting a ritual while they're gone to get some information on my own.
Okay. I like it. All right. Let's start with Falfer and Sterling. Can you get both give me investigation checks? You already did one, Falfer?
Yeah, it was 11.
Okay. Sterling?
Ooh, nat 20.
Nat 20. You find a weather-worn guard off duty who months ago was stationed there but hasn't been stationed in months. And he was stationed there for a couple weeks, and then they typically rotate. You get to talking to him, and he's able to at least tell you the kind of the rough layout of the ground floor, and can tell you sort of a little bit of tell you a little bit about the patrolling patterns and things like that. Can you give me a persuasion check to find out exactly how much information you get? And he's fairly forthcoming with some of it because he's not happy with the change in government.
Yeah, understandably so.
Can we both do that persuasion check since we're both there?
You can give him your bonus.
Okay, so +1.
Okay, that makes it a 15.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so he tells you the basically more or less the layout of the ground floor. I'm gonna tell you it as he would.
Okay.
And then you whatever you gain from that.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'll just yeah, he can't really draw you anything. Okay, yeah. So he'll just explain it to you. He says there's a front exit and a back exit. Sorry, front entrance and a back exit. There are gardens to the back of the building, and that's where they collect a lot of the produce. He confirms that there were 4 staff members: a maid, a cook, a lady in waiting, and the butler. When he was there, they were all still on staff, but he did hear that 2 of them went missing. And he does talk about the fact that the son always kept to himself and never wasn't seen very often outside of, like, on the main floor. He was always upstairs. He says there's a front foyer with a long hall that extends through the middle of the estate. And there are a variety of doors that lead off of that hall. He remembers about 5 or 6. He never really had a reason to go into many of those doors. The only time he'd come in here is to use the loo.
Okay.
But he did know that the kitchen is the room that backed, the back entrance leads into the kitchen. And he says there are 4 windows on the south side and 2 windows on the north side. That's what he tells you.
Perchance is the kitchen on the south side or the north side?
It extends. It's on the south side, but it extends along the back, north and south. So it's almost half of the entirety of the width of the estate.
Okay.
And he said that the Baroness would have a lot of people join her for tea and for drinks, and they were often in the parlor. And he did see inside of the parlor fairly often. And it is the door to the left, just inside the main doors. And that's it.
Okay.
Thank you very much, my friend. I'll throw him a gold piece just to keep his mouth shut, if that's okay.
Okay.
Yes, thank you kindly.
And he doesn't seem to be too concerned or question who you are or why you want the information. He's just not happy with the current situation. So whatever he can do to change it, he will.
Yes, of course. Thank you for this information, sir. We will be on our way.
All right, back to the other half of the party. Noggins, I'm assuming you're just casting. How long does the casting take?
It's 10 minutes. It's a ritual.
10 minutes? Okay. So, yeah, within that 10 minutes, that 10 minutes is up if you want to take care of that right now.
If you want to start with them, it's fine. It's divination, so.
Okay. Okay. Let me just check one thing here. Okay. All right. Okay. The rest of you, as you pass south, there's a road that loops around just that offshoots south off the main road across the middle of Vallaki. As you start to head down that road, not much jumps out at you, except, not physically, figuratively, except for a cramped little shop that has a darkened entrance portico above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse with a B engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are two arched lead-framed windows. Through the dirty glass, within the darkness of the shop, because it's nighttime, you see jumbled displays of toys hanging placards bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky." And this is what what you, specifically Ezmerelda, have come to hear. You've heard him spoken about on a number of times. You heard that Rictavio gave the monkey to Blinsky. Travas, you know of the legendary Blinsky. You had a couple, maybe one of his toys, which was handed down and had an arm missing, and obviously your family could not maybe afford them. But you're really impressed to see the shop in all of its rundown glory. But in the display window, right at the front, hanging from strings, are 6 very familiar toys. And one of each of the 6 members of the Dawnbringers, not with Travas, but with Muskoka. And they're little stuffed toys hanging in the window. And, basically on the window is painted Dawnbringers in this, fancy kind of script.
Which 6?
Sorry, hang on. Dimitri, Ezmerelda, Sterling, Falfer, Muskoka, 5. Sorry.
Okay.
5.
Is it open? Is the shop open?
No, it's closed. And everything, all the shops are pretty much closed at this point. It's late enough in the evening.
Do they have a sign with the hours?
No.
Okay. What else can I see inside? Can I go and I'm gonna go and press my face against this.
It's super dark inside, and you don't have dark vision.
I have dark.
Oh, you do have dark vision. That's right. Even with your dark vision, all you see is displays of hanging toys. Give me a investigation check.
$21. Did Falford tell us about the marionette thing, or was that just him? I think that was just for him, wasn't it? That would be disturbing.
What was the marionette thing?
Oh, you remember the one in the veins?
Yeah. No, he didn't tell anybody.
Nah. Okay. So 21, looking through this window.
Yeah, you see a variety. It's packed with stuffed animals, stuffed bears, stuffed toys, characters. In the back, the one thing that you really notice that stands out is what appears to be a ventriloquist dummy that looks like Strahd, and he's sitting on kind of in the center at the back of the room. is the one thing that really kind of stands out.
I'm going to very seriously go over to Ezmerelda and look around and say, Ezmerelda, Strahd is in there.
What?
He's in the back. Go look. Go take a look at Strahd. He's sitting in the back.
You are so full of shit. I take a look. I take a look.
Investigation check. And of course, Muriel, you're used to this shop. Blinsky is quite a gregarious character, kind of full of life, and not entirely trusted. But you're just fully aware and well versed in kind of the Blinsky world of toys.
And am I familiar with the fact that all of the people I'm working with at this very moment are displayed as toys in the front of the shop?
You're seeing it for the first time, and for the first time you see Ezmerelda, and then you start to kind of put it together. Yeah.
D&D Beyond just did something really weird because the die rolled 17, and then it's telling me my investigation check was a 16.
Either way,
sometimes
it
cocks. It's weird.
You see the ventriloquist Strahd doll in the back.
Oh, it's a doll. I knew
it. It laughs. It's just a doll. But look, I want to get this one. I'm going to point at the Falfur doll. I want to get this one.
Why are there dolls of us?
Because you're heroes.
Now that you're standing here and I'm looking at it, they are a likeness of you, aren't they?
None of this sounds really weird to you at all.
Yes, but in a way it's kind of endearing. I mean, you have done a lot, so
question
people find hope in you.
What version of Falfur is it?
The old one.
Oh, the old one.
Yeah.
Is there other price tags? Are there price tags on these guys?
You can't see them now.
I'm sure there's no price tags because how is he going to swindle you if the price is right there for you to see?
That's a good point. We have to come back tomorrow.
Fine, we'll come back tomorrow.
Yes!
As endearing as this is, we should get back to being quiet.
Yes, we should.
All right. As you head further south, you finally come into view of the Burgomaster's mansion. The mansion has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. And what you see there, obviously it being later in the evening, is what lays in front of you. You do see that there is quite a large garden in the back as you kind of come around the northwest end of it.
Is there a gate around the property?
There does not appear to be.
Okay, so the front door guards are literally at the front door.
Yeah, they're literally standing on either side of the door, and as you are coming kind of south along the road, you can see that that there are there's two guards also stationed at the back door.
And any of them doing rounds? There's nobody doing rounds?
Perception check.
I would like to
are
join
there any
in
on the roof as well? Mm-hmm. I got a natural 20, 24.
Okay.
Nice. I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
Go team.
I did not roll so well. I got a 13.
Nice. Okay. So you no guards on the roof. The roof comes to a pitch. That's not possible. There are two guards at the back, two guards at the front, and there was one guard patrolling the outside.
How many floors is the building, did you say?
2 floors. If we can get that picture again, Julian, that'd be great.
Are there any lights on? Like what windows?
So 2 floors, and then you can see that on that there is a 3rd floor that is kind of half the size of the others. That is what looks to be an attic. You see that there are dim lights inside, but only in kind of what appears to be kind of the main hall area, kind of in the center of more in the center of the building rather than the outskirts or the door or the rooms that exist kind of on the exterior. There is smoke coming out of the chimney, and for that natural 20, in the window at the top of the mansion that faces out. That faces out the front end. As you come around, you see a brief flash of light that occurs just in the front window.
Like they're taking photos.
And it's like cool. It's a cool light. It doesn't look like fire. It's kind of almost like a bluish sort of, almost like a flash went off.
All right. I would like to wait until the guard has gone past and is rounding the corner. About how I want to wait to see how long it takes him to go around the building. First of all.
So it's I'd say probably about 5 minutes.
Plenty of time. I want to wait for when he's rounding the corner. So the party gets upset at me. As soon as he rounds, so that he, So we're facing.
You're kind of on you're on the southeast corner of the building, and so you see the front door and the 2 guards standing there.
I want to move. Okay, can we move towards the side? Can we go? I'm gonna start like very quietly sneaking towards the side of the building.
Okay, so south side or north side? He went around the north side. He's doing a counterclockwise.
Yeah, I would say in the direction that he's going is going to give us the most time with him not around.
Okay, so you want to go on the north side. Okay.
Is that okay? Is that okay, party? Is that all right if we do that?
As you start to move, we're not going in today.
No. We're just looking. And then and I'll follow off to the north side.
Okay.
Just looking.
Okay, so you kind of walk past the guards, and the guards kind of watch you pass. And then you come around the side. What do you do?
Yeah.
And you see that the guard is now halfway down the length of the building, heading towards the back.
Okay, I want to. I'd like to stealthily move against the wall of the building.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
As we see him
25.
kind of disappear, I'll continue to stand with Ezmerelda and maybe move back further into the shadows away from the building.
Sure. Okay.
Don't know what he's doing, but let's give him a chance here.
It's a 25 to get to the building.
Okay, so you cut the corner and head to the building, and you find that there are 2 trees kind of on the north side that you kind of hide behind, and you watch the guard as he rounds the corner, the opposite corner.
Yes. I have
I want. Oh, God.
Oh, it's a. You can go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I would like to be a little farther back enough to where like I can spot if there's anybody headed.
Okay.
Towards Travas.
Okay, so you're gonna stay kind of closer to the front so you can watch when he comes back around. Like northeast corner kind of thing. Travas
Yeah, just to keep a look. Yeah, to keep a lookout.
Okay. Yep.
And if and I'll tell Travas if anything happens, I'll cast invisibility. I'll run towards you and give you a heads up.
Okie dokie. And then I'll run. Are all the windows lit? Are there any dark windows on this
the
side?
north side? There are 2 dark. The windows are dark.
Oh yes.
And all the windows actually on this side are dark.
I have the ability second story work. I'd like to climb up to the second window. It doesn't cost me any extra movement to climb.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
A 7.
As you kind of reach up to go grab, like the plaster, like the handholds just basically peel off. The building is in like ill repair,
Yes.
and so you're having a hard time finding a handhold to be able to scale the side of the building.
May I dust the sweat off my hands and move down the building towards a different window and try it again?
Sure. So there's another window on the other, like a little further down, a ground floor window. Are you trying to climb up or?
Yeah, I'm going up. I want to look in a second story window and see if I see anybody.
Okay, give me a athletics check.
I'm really nervous doing this. It's a 14.
Okay, with a 14, on this side you can kind of grab the cross beams of the house as you start to kind of climb up the side, and but now the window is further to the left as you kind of like start to shimmy your way across.
May I peek in the window?
Yes, Ezmerelda and Muriel, if you can give me perception checks, please.
Oh, my eyes are locked.
Man, I am rolling so bad tonight. 9.
Great.
I got a 14. My eyes are locked on where
Yep.
he went off.
Yeah, and you can't see. You've lost track of Travas, where you might be. You peek in and give me an investigation check.
The 7 is adjacent to the 1, and it's so scary. I got a 14.
Okay. With a 14, as you look in to this one window, you see a handsomely appointed room containing a canopied bed, a low bookshelf, and a full-length mirror in a wooden frame on the wall across from the door. Set into the north wall is an arched window of leaded glass, which you're looking through right now. Nothing seems to be unusual here. It does appear to be a kid's room, or like a teenager's room. And there is one door leading out of the room, and it's to the right of the window, so on the west wall.
Okay,
And that is
I
the
don't know
only
exactly
window on
how
this
this
side of the building.
I don't know exactly how these paints work, but I'm going to try to memorize as many of the details as I can of this room.
Okay.
Do I have a sense of how far the guard is at this point? How many minutes out of those 5 it's been?
Insight. I guess insight. Is it? Survival. Let's do a survival check. Actually.
Are you sure? Because I got a dirty 20 with insight.
Yeah. No. Survival.
17. Okay.
With 17, you think he's probably rounding the opposite corner.
Okay. So I have time to safely climb down. I'm going to safely climb down, DM.
Okay. I'll allow you to do that.
Thank
as
you.
you kind of you retrace your steps and you make it down, and as you do, you see him starting to round the corner towards you,
Okay.
Where you're at.
Can I hide behind one of the trees?
Yeah, give me a stealth check again, and we're gonna go back to Noggins. Noggins, you complete your ritual.
Yeah, he has this dust in a pouch, and he puts it around him completely. Takes one of the makeshift pillows off of the bed and puts it underneath him. He has a dried butterfly wing that he places down, and a couple of other things, and he will place the tip of his moon sickle on these items that all dissolve, all worth a good chunk of change that I will erase from my account. As I begin to drift off into a dream, casting divination.
A dream within a dream.
Inception, beach. And I can ask a single question concerning a goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. And I say, will there be trouble for us within the mansion tomorrow?
Okay. As you kind of drift off, you awaken on you feel dirt under your fingers as you lie flat on the ground. As you look up, on either side of you, you can see well manicured hedges. And as you sit up in your dream, you realize that you are in what appears to be a hedge maze. As far as the eye can see, leading in front of you, and as far as the eye can see, leading behind you. And I say as far as the eye can see because there is like mist kind of in the distance that obscure the rest of the direction. What do you do?
I will like touch the hedge and just kind of feel it, and I'll get up, kind of dust myself off, and walk forward.
Okay. As you kind of walk forward, you walk for a little ways, and it turns into a T-junction, left and right.
If I look down, both of them seem like obscured at the ends on each side as well.
Yeah.
Is there any sound?
Perception check.
$15.
You hear the sound of almost like lightning passing between two objects in the distance.
In either way or?
Up above.
Above. I will look up.
Mist as far up to a point. Blocking the vision. And then as you hear it again, thunder kind of, and you watch as lightning kind of stretches across the sky above you.
A storm, an artificial storm. I will walk to the left.
Okay. You head to the left for a little while, and it turns left, and it turns right again. And then it turns left, and then you have a junction where it goes ahead, and then it goes left and right.
And I'm assuming I still hear the same type of sounds at this junction?
Yep. And you imagine that you're hearing the thunder kind of back into the left of you. That lightning kind of energy sound.
Back into the left. Like kind of where I came from versus. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Travas, what was that stealth check?
25.
Okay. Back to Noggins.
I will go straight.
Okay. You go to take a step, and as you do, a flash of movement passes from the right to the left, and you hear, and as it passes, it appears to be Travas, as he runs out of the mist on the right and into the mist on the left.
I will follow Travas.
Okay. You follow him to the left, and
Yeah.
you start to kind of pick up your pace because he's running full tilt. And as he kind of turns a corner, you turn a corner. And as you turn that corner, he turns a corner. And you follow him until you come into kind of the center of what appears to be this maze. The final sort of destination. Within the maze, there is a ladder that goes straight up into the air that disappears through the mist. And standing at the foot of the ladder is a boy, probably in his teen years. His back is to you, and in his under his arm, he holds a big leather-bound book. And you can even see from the back that he has a shock of white hair, premature white hair, that runs up the center of his head.
It's the DM. I will walk towards the boy.
As you start to walk towards him, he puts his hand up like this. Like, stop.
Who are you?
You hear? Do you hear that?
The lightning stuff?
No. Shh. Do you hear that?
No.
It's the sound of inevitability. And that is where we're going to end the session for this evening.
Don't like that. Don't like that.
Man.
Don't like that.
Nope.
Yep. So fun. Thanks, guys, for joining us tonight. Thank you,
Divination is a
Lauren,
hedge
for joining
maze.
us.
It's my pleasure.
We'll
Can't
have
wait
you
to come
back next week again.
Yay.
You guys are right in the thick of it. It's fun. For those
In
of
the thick
you,
of it?
sorry,
Nothing. Don't
He's
even
right in the
nice.
thicket.
the thicket of it. The thicket of it.
Tickets
I had
of
to
it.
s-
I still
had
like
to
my
say.
turnip joke.
You're not allowed to come back anymore. You're not allowed back.
Okay, that's fair. I'll leave.
You didn't get. You guys didn't get to see my. I can't even post now about the things that I printed because you guys are all on social. So that's
How
really too bad.
dare we? Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Thank you everyone for watching. Again, if you enjoyed what you watched tonight, make sure that you subscribe and you hit the bell icon and follow us on Twitch to get notified every time we go live. Thank you to the cast. Again, check out d3atc.com. Omega and I are celebrity DMs, and the cast is also going to join us for a live show. Some of the cast, some of you have already. I don't know if you guys want to confirm, if anybody. I know you already confirmed on socials, David, that you will be at D3 at Sea. So David is definitely going to be there. Other members of the cast are in, but they haven't quite finalized. So it's up to you guys if you want to share. But it's going to be a great, awesome, crazy time. We're so excited. Amazing DMs like B. Dave Walters and Adam Bradford is going to be there, which we're very excited about. So it's just going to be a blast.
Omega's gonna be
Why would
there.
you say
He
Omega?
said that.
Well, your
just wanted
name
to
is
make
worth
sure
saying
that-
twice.
Yeah.
Omega is worth saying 3 times. Omega's going to be there.
I hear Omega's gonna be there.
And I hear.
You mean the
rumor-
critical bard?
I'm taking out my
guy.
headphones.
The
Bye.
critical bard. and not only the critical bard, but I already told Omega that we're going to do some serious karaoke and
What?
while we're there.
I'm definitely going then.
I know, Joel. Yeah, we got to do it. Anyways, love you guys. Have a wonderful night. Thanks, Julian, for producing tonight, as usual. Thanks to the Smithgardians and the Realm Watchers and the moderators and all of our sponsors. You guys have a wonderful night. We'll see you Thursday for Aftermath. Actually, we'll talk. Lauren, I don't know what you're doing Thursday night, but maybe you can appear at some point. We'll see. I don't know if we'll talk about it after. I don't want to put you on the spot.
We'll chat. We'll chat.
We'll chat.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye.